In the vast sea of information that we call the internet, you have at your fingertips seemingly infinite data continuously being uploaded every second of every day from all corners of the world, taking this already incomprehensible network to new heights as each day passes. In this ocean of data, user-uploaded content has become a more popularized concept, allowing celebrities, politicians, and even ordinary people like you and me to share an experience or piece of themselves with anyone who cares to listen. But with these platforms being so inclusive and welcoming to anyone who wants to create something, it's no surprise that some of the most dark and deprived humans capable of unfathomable things can have profiles on these platforms, just like anyone else. So who are these people, and what do they look like? What kind of content do they upload? All questions soon to be answered, so settle in as we explore some of the darkest users YouTube has ever seen. The first stop on our list brings us to a seemingly normal, you might even say boring channel, covering the basics of computer programming. As we begin to explore the page, we are met by a description that reads, "My name is Carl Harold, and I am a professional programmer and online business expert with over 10 years of experience. I offer a variety of free video lessons on programming, as well as run the website www.computerscienceforeveryone.com, which is designed to make learning programming more easily accessible to anyone who wishes to learn." He then goes on to list various Reddit links to further promote his business. As we scroll through each video listed on his channel, it seems to be exactly what he claimed it to be. Video after video offering lessons on the different areas of computer programming. After clicking on one of these videos, we're greeted by a friendly enough sounding man, ready to dive right into the lesson in a very professional sounding manner.
Hello, and welcome to Higher Computing for Everyone. I made this course in the hopes that those of you who are seeking to learn programming would be able to. I realize that programming...
To the average user, this page doesn't look to be anything other than what it claims and appears to be on the outside. So how did it find its way into this video? Well, Carl Harold, also known as Carl H. to Reddit, had been harboring an extremely dark obsession from everyone. Now, what exactly he was charged with is despicable, to say the least. It's so horrible that I won't go into too much detail, but the gist of it is this. From August 2011 to March 2013, Carl Harold, along with his domestic partner, a man by the name of Charles Donovan, kept a 9-year-old boy, Harold's own son, captive, as they tortured him and filmed it as part of a larger ring, during which time the young boy was locked in the home without schooling or interaction with others outside the supervision of Harold and Donovan for that excruciatingly long period of time. Following the arrests, the boy was placed in a mental health facility to recover from the horrible acts that he was forced to take part in with his own father and another grown man. What's so disturbing about this case, aside from the obvious, is how well liked Harold was in the community. It just goes to show that you don't really know who's on the other side of the screen. And in this case, it was a monster, capable of the most cruel and disturbing things imaginable. None of that matters now though, as on November 3rd, 2014, Harold was found dead, hanging in his cell. What do you see here? Seemingly ordinary videos of a teenage boy sharing his passion with the world in the form of music.
Yeah, Devin Erickson. And I'm singing Ready to Go by Panic at the Disco.
The account these videos were taken from has since been pulled from YouTube, as it was run by the now convicted school shooter, Devin Erickson. But these few clips remain as an eerie reminder of what normal looks like before everything falls apart. The morning of May 7th, 2019 appeared to be the same as any other, a quiet Tuesday. The students at STEM school in Highlands Ranch, Colorado, approached the end of the school day, eager to finish up and head home, though one student would sadly never go home again. Just before 2 p.m., senior students were watching a movie in their English class when two students entered, 18-year-old Devin Erickson and 16-year-old Alec McKinney, both armed with weapons they had stolen from Erickson's parents' gun cabinet, smashing their way in with an axe.
Open it! Open it.
Friend The first shooter. The second shooter still on the loose. Dark hair, Nirvana hoodie. Second shooter has purple and blue hair, black hoodie.
At some point, both students drew their guns, aiming them at kids in the classroom. Erickson yelled out, commanding that nobody move, though without hesitation, 3 senior students, Kendrick Castillo, Joshua Jones, and Brendan Biley, lunged towards Erickson, knocking him to the ground. In the commotion, Castillo and Jones were shot multiple times, though unfortunately Castillo succumbed to his injuries. McKinney ran into the hallway where he was contacted by the security officer on duty at the school, who recalls seeing him attempt to shoot himself, though he ultimately surrendered to the security officer after these attempts failed, even asking the officer to kill him.
We have more guns than you. We're going to kill you. You need to kill me.
This is one of those instances where luckily there were brave students willing to risk their own lives in an attempt to save others by stopping the threat. If this wasn't the outcome, this scary situation could have ended a whole lot worse than it did. Though the loss of Kendrick Castillo is a horrible tragedy, and he is nothing short of a true hero. These videos of Erickson are truly unfortunate, as you can see someone who truly enjoys something in his life, only to throw it all away. Taking the life of an innocent person in such a terrible way can never be forgiven or forgotten.
Ambulance service, is the patient breathing?
No,
They're not breathing.
no.
So she's unconscious and she's not breathing. So help has been arranged, okay?
This next story takes us to the United Kingdom, in the city of Brighton, located on the southern coast of England. An aspiring 18-year-old YouTuber/influencer by the name of Verfi Kuti left her apartment on the night of December 5th, 2019, to go out clubbing for her birthday. In a multi-day celebration, she spent the week at various clubs throughout London and Coventry, not returning home for almost 6 days. In this video taken days after leaving home, she can be seen at a concert in London, more than 50 miles away from her home. So what makes this story so awful? Kuti lived in her apartment with her 20-month-old daughter, Asia. But what's weird is in these videos captured of her leaving and returning 6 days later, Asia isn't seen in either. So where was she? At 6:06 p.m. on December 11th, a call was made by Cootie to emergency services, where she was frantic, telling the call taker her baby was unresponsive. After police arrived on the scene, it was reported that Cootie changed her story multiple times as to what happened to the toddler. But one thing was certain: her 20-month-old daughter was dead. In the 3 months leading up to the child's death, it was allegedly reported that she was left alone as Cootie went out on as many as 6 separate occasions, once for 2 whole days. Though it seems like Cootie had gotten comfortable doing this, putting her own social life ahead of the life of her young daughter, and she left Asia, a child that wasn't even 2 years old yet, alone in the apartment for 6 long, agonizing days. Her cause of death was reported as starvation and influenza, though she also showed signs of dehydration and severe diaper rash, as she had been abandoned by the person that was responsible to take care of her basic needs. It was also reported that she waited over 2 hours after returning home to call emergency services for her daughter, which raises the question: did she really care about Asia, or did she expect this to happen? On the morning of the 11th, before finding her daughter's body, she posted this tweet, attempting to sell concert tickets, clearly not at all concerned with the fact that her baby had been home alone for almost a week. Then only 10 months after Asia's death, she can be seen attempting to become a model with Pretty Little Thing, yet again focusing on furthering her own status. Her daughter, not even a year previous, had lost her life to Cootie's selfishness and neglect, and here she is promoting herself on Twitter. It just doesn't sit right with me. Our final entry brings us to a channel that is mysterious, to say the least. The lack of information and the many unanswered questions, I think, make this story that much more disturbing. In November of 2015, a mysterious channel surfaced on YouTube, and at first, nothing too out of the ordinary was noticed. With its first video being of nothing more than a logo for the channel, Channel 00390. But very quickly the channel began to upload more and more videos, strange in nature to say the least.
Large amounts of food to wooden idols.
As we scroll through the videos on this channel, it seems to be a variety of random clips, though the content of some is just off-putting. It's just strange. The final items from this channel I'll share with you are these strange videos that have been compiled into a playlist, where each of the 4 videos are titled Surveillance Cameraman, and they're very uncomfortable to watch. Someone filming walks up to random people on the streets of Italy and begins filming them without saying anything. The people being filmed can be seen getting uncomfortable with the interaction and with the fact that the person filming them isn't saying anything. Here's a few of those interactions. There seem to be no real answers as to what's really going on with this channel or its videos. Just speculation from viewers who believe it all to be some sort of experiment or just fake. But some people believe it to have a more dark and sinister secret that is being hidden. Perhaps a dangerous individual showing us a peek into their life in a very disturbing way. Whatever the case, this channel is absolutely nothing short of disturbing.